Welcome back and thank you for joining us. It's time to open the phone lines this morning. And this morning we're turning our focus to a very hot topic that is stirring national debate, the 2027 election timeline in Nigeria. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, released the official dates on February 13, 2026, scheduling the presidential and National Assembly elections for February 20th, 2027, and governorship and state assembly polls for March 6th. Now, party primaries are set between July and September 2026, with continuous voter registration running from April 2026 to January 2027. But the timeline has sparked controversy. The proposed dates overlap with the Islamic holy month of Ramadan and Christian Lenten season, raising concerns about voter turnout and logistical challenges. Now, political leaders, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and religious groups, are calling for adjustments, while civil society warns that ignoring these concerns could disenfranchise millions. Now, adding to the tension, the National Assembly has cut short its recess for an emergency session to deliberate possible changes, including a minor shift to February 13, 2027, or even a more radical move to November 2026 to resolve election litigations before the May 29th swearing in. And INEC has signaled willingness to consult and may seek legislative intervention to ensure inclusivity. Now, we want to hear from you, our viewers, this morning. Should the 2027 election timeline be adjusted, or should the dates stand as planned? The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can call us in this morning and join the conversation. You can also send in your WhatsApp messages and it will be read live here. And please, before you call in, as the rule of engagement, turn down the audio of your TV set so we can have this conversation clearly and we can both hear each other clearly. Now, Hauwa, this issue has sparked, a debate online. When I went to Twitter on the INEC official page, when they released the press statements, talking about, or rather deliberating on, certain issues while the elections will be scheduled. But then we have our first caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning, Ade.
You're welcome. We did a day of yesterday. I hope you well. Election timeline should be adjusted 100%. I support it because it's going to be the fasting period. People should concentrate on praying to God. Even though some who are arguing that when they go to work, when they go to work, it doesn't matter. Election is a different ball game because they should shift it. They should make it early, so earlier than that date. So they should pass a legislator to support that by law. So because how can you be doing election during fasting? I don't support it at all. Otherwise, if they carry on like that, the people will complain that if not that they do it during fasting, you will have won. But now, if they do it earlier, then nobody will have any complaint anymore. And secondly, during election, a lot of things are committed, and nobody wants to fall into that too. Because you have to take bribe, take money, take business, share money everywhere. So they won't be able to do it during fasting period. So let them shift it early, so everybody can play their game and know who wants to win. So on this issue, it's 100%. I implore our National Assembly to move it forward to January. So if they do it in January, then everything ends in January. So they have ample time to prepare for fasting and other program, whatever. So that's my own. This one is very straightforward. It doesn't need debate. They should just change it. So the only one I objected to is the mandatory transfer or something. We are not right enough for that. We're just asking of a phone everywhere now. God bless Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling in and joining the conversation.
Now,
I want to hear your thoughts
yes,
on this.
Absolutely. Now, looking at this election timeline, we know that every aspect has to be looked at before this timetable is out. But at the end of the day, it is quite understandable that there might not be a huge voter turnout.
Absolutely, during that period.
Ramadan, due to the fasting period, and for it to a couple of things are falling on.
Absolutely, after the Ramadan, we have the Lenten season for Christians.
Absolutely. Now, in respect to being able to do all the things that might happen or usually do happen during election season, which the rigging, collection of bribes and all of that, I believe at some point that religious or holy month might be able to
help
stop
subdue
or
all of that. Absolutely,
people, from doing that. But the human is human, and anything can happen.
We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. Please go ahead.
All right. For me, I want to make a contribution based on this election date the INEC brought out, which is very okay and convenient. Please, people should not compromise our standards in this country, and individuals should not come to bring confusion when there's a standard way of doing things. The INEC have sat down and prepared this time. The INEC has checked and worked upon everything that will make them to bring this state to be valid. So please, they should let this state to be. Even the president is not complaining, and I want to advise my Muslim brothers and sisters in the whole Nigeria to please not see this day as a problem. They should please use this day and this time to even pray for Nigeria, to even pray for this election to work. That is, that day should be a better day for us since they are fasting, and some of the Christians will be fasting. Why not we just use that day and do the elections? Why will it stop anybody from going and vote? And we should expect that on that day, this election should be very, very peaceful and credible, since the Muslim brothers and sisters are fasting. So please, Atiku and Co should stop bringing confusion. They want the INEC to adjust this date because they want to use that day to fight. For me and my other group members, we are seeing as they want to use this day to fight. Because why? They want the INEC to bring it in the time that they are not fasting, so that they can fight and cause confusion. So please, my advice is this: INEC should not be moved. We are not changing any date. We should let this date to be and use this fasting period to pray for Nigeria, to pray for that day. Fasted that day, we fast that day. After the election, go and break your fast and expect the result, and whatever comes out to be the result should be a will of God, not a will of anybody. Please, let's not be compromising our ways of doing things in this country. Let some few individuals stop bringing confusion to us. Don't be scared. Nobody should have any fear. This INEC team, this INEC boss, I believe in him, and most people are believing in this man, that this man will be credible and this man will be transparent. And he promised that it's not before anybody that will ever win during the election. And please, the nerve should not compromise the outcome of bringing out results. Since the INEC will want electronic transformation, so let it be electronic, so that everybody will see the result and go home and relax and rely on what God will do for those that win the election to come and work for us. Please, this is not a matter of discussion. If we really want to use our wisdom in this country to really achieve our goals, our aim, because I feel we have a lot of things to discuss on this election, but not this date. This date is very, very credible. This date is perfect, and this date is very, very good as far as I'm concerned. Please, I'm calling you from Jos. My name is Hauwa.
Thank you, Hauwa, for joining the conversation. Now, Hauwa, according to INEC, they say that the 2027 election dates were not chosen randomly. They follow the law and also proper planning. So it means that, based on the Constitution and also the Electoral Act of 2022, which already set the period elections should be. And the reason why, this is being outlined that way is because the INEC needs to, get ready for a lot of things, logistic-wise, and what have you. But then, Nigerians are saying that it's conflicting with these two religious should I say, moment or celebrations. But then we have another caller on the line.
I would like to get back to you.
Absolutely. Hello, good morning.
On the line.
Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Trust TV family. Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Maiduguri. This is Shetima Kudima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you. Well, honestly speaking, if the election was organized for the citizens and the majority of the citizens were in person at that time, so the timetable must be adjusted, because passing is the religion act. We are here in this world for the purpose of that religion. All other things is a secondary. Even this election to us, it is less important if you compare it with the fasting. Fasting is something that asks us to do it, and we must do it. And there is nothing can bring obstacle to us in respect of our religious obligations. All these people that they are talking, if a citizen doesn't have right to talk, somebody was talking about Atiku. Atiku is a citizen. He has every right to talk on the adjustment of the country. If at all this election was organized for the citizens to determine who will rule them. So the adjustment of the country doesn't make any it will not mean anything. Even the election, if you wish, you can do it. Unless and until if they have something in mind, they want to discourage a majority of the people from voting. Do you think a Muslim can go to the voter to the polling booth, casting his vote during fasting? This is impossible. We will not take this. We will not take this. The timetable must be adjusted. Must be adjusted. If at all they want to see a good turnout of voters. But if it was conducted during fasting, I am telling you, they will not get even half of the voters coming out. And this is something that is planned on ground to deny people exercising their constitutional rights. We are all citizens. We have our rights. If somebody is moved, INEC is a body. INEC is a body that exercises the power to conduct an election, to make an arrangement of election. If that body conducted a timetable which is not convenient for the citizens, we have every right to say the timetable must be adjusted. That's what we are saying. We are not saying anything more than that. We are not creating any confusion, but what we are saying, the time is not convenient for us. And we have our region, which is primary, which is more superior, more higher than that voting. Voting is something of wish. This what we are doing is mandatory. You must do it. If at all you are a Muslim, you must do it. So you see, the thing doesn't make it doesn't arise even to be to be shouting. The timetable is not convenient for us. Let them adjust it. That's all. That's what we're asking for. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you,
thank you very much
for calling in. Now, go ahead with your thoughts.
Now, understandably, Nigeria is a melting pot, especially aside from culturally and ethnically, religiously as well. We have Muslims, we have Christians and other faiths, or those that do not believe in anything. Now, for this particular timeline, having Ramadan, which is fasting during the holy month, as well as the Christian Lenten season, that's a combination of two religions.
Absolutely.
Now, having to understand that for elections, there isn't a fixed date that is there and a specific day in the year that we have to go and conduct elections. The INEC has the responsibility of scheduling
absolutely.
those. So there has to be a way of looking at things and being able to know and understand ways to have this timetable or timeline that can be favorable for Nigerians.
Everyone,
yes,
absolutely. We have a caller on the line.
We have Abasin from Gombe State. Good morning, Abasin.
Good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning, Abasin.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you for joining us.
Very wonderfully well. I really appreciate it. Yes, going straight to the point of today, very wonderful topic, timeline. Yes. Number one, that person that picked that day should be sanctioned because he knows, he premeditated it, he knows why he did it. Because he wants to disfranchise people from carrying out their statutory duties. Yes, for Bagudu, for you not to vote on an election day is an offense. But being a journalist, you are free not to vote because you'll be carrying out the probity, you'll be investigating what is on ground. That is the basis. But now, should it be adjusted? Yes. Why? Because the Muslims, they will not come out. The Christians, they will not come out. If they have anything to do on that day. And then those people that pick that day, they have a motive behind them. Because they don't want the Muslims to come out, they don't want the Christians to come out so that they can rig the election. And this time around, we will vehemently resist any election rigging. We will go out head to head with them. This is not the time of rigging. If they want to follow American system, presidential system, no rigging. If you rig, we rig you out. Thank you. God bless God. Wonderful television station. Number 1 in Africa.
Thank you, Abasin, for calling in this morning.
Yes.
I think we have some couple of WhatsApp messages. How are we?
Yes. There's a message from Usman Santuraki.
All right, we have a message from Usman Santuraki Beti from Jamaica Yola. It says, good morning, Hauwa, Kiyawa and Maimuna Bagudu. It has been a while that I commented on the program due to personal challenges. Anyway, from the topic of today, I suggest that the election timeline made by INEC for the 2027 elections should be adjusted because the timeline falls during the Ramadan of next year, and allowing the elections to hold would no doubt disenfranchises a lot of people, especially in the northern parts of the country where the bulk of the people are observing fasting. Therefore, it's necessary for the commission in charge of conducting the election to adjust the timeline to accommodate the vast majority in the north. Thank you, Usman Santuraki Beti from Jamaica Yola. Good to have you back.
All right, we have another message from Nandi Bete, and it says, good morning, Trust TV. There should be a level playing ground for the 2027 general elections, and this includes election dates that are convenient for all Nigerians. Most importantly, the timeline should provide for a conclusion of all electoral litigations before inauguration of those elected. May it be well with our country, Nigeria. Thank you very much, Nandi Betting, for that. All right, I believe we'll be waiting for more WhatsApp messages from you. We're still on the matter 2027 election timeline. The question is, should it be adjusted? We'd like to hear from you. Make sure pick your phones, call us in on the numbers displayed right on your screen, or send us a WhatsApp message. We'd like to hear from you. It is all about you. Your voice does matter right here on Trust TV, right here on Daybreak.
Absolutely.
Now, having to understand that elections are for Nigerians, and for it not to be able to be suitable for Nigerians not to be able to participate completely in these elections, it really brings up the questions that, okay, what are we doing and how should it be suitable? That is the job of the INEC. That is
absolutely. That is why they are there, and they have, and I think they know that, you know, this would definitely be a problem at the end of the day when we get to the polls. And then these elections are meant to be done early so that, you know, May 29, we know that May 29 has been scheduled for, you know, the swearing in of, you know, the president. And then also, you know, that for each time we go to the polls and then results are being announced, there are people that would definitely want to, you know, counter those results,
absolutely,
you know, take them to court, contest it and what have you. So, you know, these are part of, you know, some of those issues as well. So
I believe a
in line with
suitable
that,
and sensible thing should be moving it up instead of
absolutely, so that we have enough time. We need enough time on our hands so that we can be able to clear whatever we want to do, you know, collate those results, you know, make the announcements for those that are ready and, you know, have enough resources to go and contest in courts like we always see in every election. But also have that time, you know, to do that. And at the end of the day, we all have rest of mind and peace. And I don't want this to, you know, look like, you know, some sort of paying attention to a particular religion, because when you go on social media and you see, or rather you read the comments of people, it just shows that at this point we don't understand that Nigeria is one, despite the religion you practice.
This is one thing that I believe needs to be relearned by every Nigerian, because it seems like it has come to a point where actually that religious divide has been
always play out. Absolutely, because you read comments
or subconsciously.
You read comments like, you know, because of Ramadan, so are they saying
but
that?
Then it would be the Lenten season.
But it will also be
well.
the Lenten season as well. So we should understand that when we have things like this on the table,
and then even if it is just because it is the Ramadan period, they are still Nigerians. They will still have to participate in these elections, voting as well. And at the end of the day, for it not to be able to fully participate in, then what's the whole point of having an election?
What's the whole point of having elections at the end of the day? So we need to understand that there are certain issues we should not, you know, place our strengths and our priority on, most especially when we know that it's going to affect the common common good that we have as a country.
All Nigerians,
honestly,
we should take off the bias, the bigotry, the prejudice goggles from our eyes and see things clearly for the betterment of Nigeria, for the betterment of Nigerians, and to understand that the more we try to divide ourselves, the easier it is for us to have that kind of divide, the easier it is for us to have that kind of resentment. Now, having to understand that at this particular moment, it is very, very crucial. We're going into 2027 and it decides the next 4 years for our country.
And then we really, really need to understand this as citizens of, you know, of this country. We need to understand that religion is there. We all have accepted, you know, different religions that we want to practice. It should not be a basis. It should not be a problem as to one common thing that we
when it
all
comes
believe
to decision
making at the end of the day. We're still having the conversation. You can call us in. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can also send in your WhatsApp message. What do you think about 2027 elections? Okay, we have a WhatsApp message from
Adamu Muhammad Usman.
All right, we have a WhatsApp message from Adamu Mohammed Usman. I think we'd have to put that on the screen so we can read that out.
Okay, I believe I do have that with me.
Okay.
He says, good morning, everyone. 2027 election timetable, should it be adjusted? Of course. Yes, it should be, or it must be adjusted. I don't know why some people are very sentimental and making a parochial judgment on so many things that affect a particular tribe or region or a religion. Nigeria includes the Muslims, and the Constitution of Nigeria has given the liberty for religious practice. So it is not bad or a crime or a sin if Muslims demand adjustment for the time because of the religious practice during Ramadan, during the time It is only a voting that will take place, but there are so many things attached to it. Look at the campaigns, voting, INEC, ad hoc staff who are Muslims, etc. Also, Atiku is a Nigerian and has constitutional rights to express himself, so no one should crucify him for asking for the adjustment. Mind you, Muslims are the majority in Nigeria, so they shouldn't be deprived. Please adjust the time. Adamu Muhammad Usman, thank you very much. Now, having to understand that at this particular moment, well, let's take our caller at this moment. Hello, good morning.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, very
Doing well, thank you. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kuje.
All right, what is your name?
I'm calling from Kuje. You said you're calling from Kuje.
All right, thank you for calling. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Over the issue of the election timetable.
Please go ahead.
If Nigerians are democratic enough, we should place our country above our religion. Be you a Christian, be you a Muslim. In America, they don't talk of religion. They talk of America to move forward. We have played the politics of religion in Nigeria that draw us backward for a long time. When you bring something, a simple thing, if the religion we brought into it, it is not done so in other worlds that are developing. There, the good law was comparing, the first president comparing Nigeria with India, Pakistan, and we started together, but they are ahead of us because they never brought religion to their politics. But in Nigeria, everything we bring, people will bring religion into it.
All right, thank you for calling
very much
in.
for that.
I know that the timetable is a the fasting Christians lengthy period. That is a simple issue that those who are doing it should look at it and adjust it for Nigeria to move forward. And if fasting is on the issue of religion, everything religion has not helped us anywhere. Those who are packing our money, stealing our money to grow and make themselves very rich are religionists. They are either Christians or Muslims. They steal together, share money together, they don't complain. And they now go and inside the public masses who are nothing to talk about religion. In America, you serve. You don't serve to make money. You serve to make a name for your country to grow. But here we go there either as a resting ground for the governors or as a place where we are mass wealth. Steal money, common construction of the road. They will ask money to eat, share it among themselves, nothing will be done. Like since 1999 till presently, they will still have a epileptic line. They are not bringing religion into that. No light in Nigeria, no nothing is moving. And because you are given to them, it is in their pocket. Everything religion. It is, we are tired of it. Those who are appointed as INEC officials have the brain to sit down and think. They are both Muslims and Christians. They should think how Nigeria can move forward. I forget about this religion issue. I have not seen any good Christian in Nigeria. I have not seen any good Muslim in Nigeria. All of them are there together, stealing of common man together. That's what is my take. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Now, one thing to highlight is that we have to understand that, first off, these timelines are not fixed. They can be changed, and they're picked beforehand in relation to conditions surrounding it. And second off, it has to be understood that it is not about religion, but the capabilities of those people that are going to be there and be able to do their duties properly. Now, Maimuna,
back to me. Well, I just wanted to add before we wrap up the phone-in segment that INEC had already stated that, they're talking, or rather they would talk with stakeholders. They would also review the situation, the concerns of Nigerians concerning, the elections date and why we should, consider, and then also they said they were going to talk and see if probably they might ask lawmakers to adjust it if it is necessary. So let's, keep looking at what will unfold at the end of the day. Thank you to everyone who called in this morning to join the conversation and sent in their WhatsApp messages. We'll take a short breather now, and when we come back, we'll dive into a discussion segment, and still on the 2027 election timeline, we'll be analyzing matters arising, and our guest will be joining us shortly. To stay with us.